Assistant Professor in the Chemical Engineering Department of LGIT Ahmedabad. In this lecture, I am going to start new topic of the Mass Transfer Operation 1. So let's start. Chapter name is Crystallization and topic is Crystallization and Supersaturation concept. So you can see on the screen, this is a definition of crystallization. So according to definition of crystallization, it is nothing but solidification of the atoms or molecules into the highly structured manner, that is nothing but crystals. Second point is crystallization is a solid liquid operation used to separate solid from its solution in the form of the crystal. So here we are transferring mass from the solution to the crystal, that is nothing but meaning of the third line. You can see on the screen, in this operation mass is transferred from the liquid phase, that is nothing but solution, to the solid crystalline phase. Means here we are forming crystals, that is nothing but solidification of the atoms, or I can say solidification of the molecules, that is nothing but highly structured manner, and that is a crystal. Means here mass transfer from the liquid solution to the solid phase, that is the meaning of this third point. And next point is solubility curve. According to solubility curve, we are getting here effect of temperature over the solubility of the solute in the solution. So you can see on the screen a graphical representation between solubility of the solute and temperature is termed as the solubility curve. Now we will see next topic, that is magma. So according to definition of the magma, you can see on the screen, in industrial crystallization from solution, the two-phase mixture of mother liquor and crystals of all sizes which occupies the crystallizer and is withdrawn as a product is called magma. Means whatever the product stream we are collecting from the crystallizer, that is nothing but mixture of mother liquor and crystal. This mixture is nothing but magma. This definition of the magma can be asked in your interview or can be asked in your exam for 3 marks. And next point is, in a crystallization process, the equilibrium will be reached when solution is saturated and equilibrium data is given in terms of the solubility curve. Next point is solubility of the solute in a solvent. So according to definition, the concentration of the solute in a saturated solution is nothing but solubility of the solute in the solvent. After that, McCabe delta L law. According to this law, you can see on the screen the experimental data on a crystal growth of the several substances presented by the McCabe as early as in 1929 shows that crystal growth G is independent of the crystal size L. Means according to this McCabe delta L law, we are getting relationship between crystal size and crystal growth. Crystal growth is represented by G and crystal size is represented by G. And according to this law, rate of crystal growth is independent of the crystal size, and that is represented by this equation, that is dG by dL is equal to 0. Now next topic is saturation in crystallization. So I will consider here one process of dissolving ammonium sulfate in a solvent, that is nothing but water, at a given temperature. So initially when some amount of the ammonium sulfate is added to this water, at that time it get dissolved, means totally dissolved in that water. That is nothing but complete dissolution of the ammonium sulfate in the solvent. After that, additional amount can be dissolved of the ammonium sulfate in water. It can be dissolved further till a stage comes when no more ammonium sulfate can be dissolved in given amount of the solvent. After that, at this stage, I can say the solution is called saturated solution. Means at this point maximum amount of the ammonium sulfate is dissolved in the solvent, that is nothing but in water. Now we will see definition of the saturated solution. This definition is very important for your exam purpose. So according to definition, you can see on the screen, a saturated solution is defined as the one which is the equilibrium with an excess amount of the solid solute at a given temperature. Now we will see next topic of the crystallization, that is supersaturation. This topic is very important for exam purpose. 5 to 7 mark question can be asked on supersaturation. So first point is, it is the quantity of the solute present in a solution in which crystals are growing compared to the quantity of the solute that is in equilibrium with the solution. And supersaturation is denoted by coefficient S. And this supersaturation can be calculated by using this formula. You can see on the screen, S is equal to parts of the solute divided by 100 parts of the solvent at any condition, that is nothing but prevailing condition, divided by parts of the solute per 100 parts of the solvent at equilibrium. means amount of the solute in solvent, that is nothing but per 100 grams of the solvent or 100 parts of the solvent at any condition divided by same amount but at equilibrium. And after that you can see last point, supersaturation is the condition to occur crystallization. Means without supersaturation there is no crystallization. That is the meaning of last point. You can see on the screen now. Crystallization cannot take place or occur unless the solution is supersaturated. Means supersaturation is the must to carry out the crystallization. Now we will see next topic of the crystallization, that is nothing but mechanism of the crystallization. So mechanism of the crystallization consists of the two steps. First one is nucleation, that is nothing but formation of the new crystal, and second one is growth of the crystal. So you can see on the screen now, the formation of the crystal matter from the solution consists of the two steps, or I can say overall process of the crystallization consists of two steps. This question can be asked for 3 marks in your exam. So those two steps are nothing but, first one is nucleation. So in nucleation there is a generation or birth of the new molecule, and second one is growth of that crystal. So this is the all about mechanism of the crystallization. Now we will see next topic of the crystallization, that is methods of the supersaturation. I told you supersaturation is must to carry out crystallization. So you can see on the screen now, point A, supersaturation by cooling a concentrated hot solution through indirect heat exchange. Means by cooling we are minimizing the temperature of the hot solution. And second point is nothing but, second method of the supersaturation is supersaturation by evaporation of the part of the solvent by evaporating a solution. Means we are decreasing the amount of the solvent present in the solution. That is nothing but we are concentrating our solution. Next method of the supersaturation is nothing but addition of the new substance. That is nothing but third substance which reduces the solubility of the solute in the solvent. That is nothing but salting. And last point is nothing but supersaturation by chemical reaction with that third substance, new substance. So these are the 4 methods for the supersaturation. First method is nothing but we are providing cooling, means we are cooling our hot solution. Second one is evaporating our extra solvent. Third one is addition of the new substance, and fourth one is chemical reaction of the solution with the third substance. So by using these 4 methods we can generate supersaturated solution. That is the requirement of the crystallization. Now next topic is Meier's supersaturation theory. So according to this theory we are getting a relationship between concentration and temperature. We have seen one relation, that is solubility curve, where we have taken relationship between solubility and temperature. But in this topic we are taking a relationship of the concentration of the solute and the temperature. So according to this theory, you can see on the screen now, according to Meier's theory there is definite relationship between the concentration and temperature at which the crystals will spontaneously form pure solution. And next point is, according to this theory we are getting super solubility curve, that is different than the solubility curve. You can see now this relationship is represented by super solubility curve, which is approximately parallel to the solubility curve. So here we are getting super solubility curve in Meier's supersaturation theory. So I am repeating for the supersaturation is a must to carry out the crystallization process. Now we will see super solubility curve, which is a parallel to the solubility curve. So you can see here now, according to Meier's theory, that super solubility curve is approximately parallel to the normal solubility curve. And here we are getting concentration against the temperature. Means we can get here effect of the temperature over the concentration of the solute in given solution. So this is all about this lecture. We will see next topic in the next lecture. Thank you very much.